Zelda Breath of the Wild is going to release on launch March 3rd with the Nintendo Switch. Mm-hmm. And finally, the trailer that they showed, like, I could kind of take it or leave it with Breath of the Wild. This new trailer could sold me a lot more than any of the other promotional materials.
So let me ask you something about that, because you're not the biggest fan of Zelda. You're not the biggest fan of a lot of things, but particularly Zelda.
I feel like Zelda, the games are always quality, but they just feel overrated to me.
Okay, so what is it about this trailer that you're saying, oh, well, this is different?
It actually presented the fact that this game might have a story, and all the Zelda fanboys would be like, oh, but they all have a story. But yeah, I never gave a shit about it, though. Like, there was never any stakes to the story. This story looks like it might have stakes to it. Zelda's having a fucking breakdown over here, and she looks all beat up. It actually has voice acting.
I was thinking that, too. It looked like it actually had a little bit of dramatic story. Now, Twilight Princess has a little pretty good story, too.
Twilight Princess is the one that I haven't played that I'm the most interested in playing because of that.
Wind Waker's ending was actually pretty good in terms of story as well. So there is good story, but Zelda is more about I think the experience overall rather than telling like really great stories. I think
another Zelda problem I have is why even have combat in the game if you don't get anything from it. I never found the combat incredibly fun from any of the Zelda games, and on top of that, you don't get anything out of it. Your character doesn't level up. You don't get
rupees.
Shit from.
You get rupees and hearts.
You get rupees other ways.
Yeah, I think it's fun.
So, like, when I played A Link to the Past, I just walked into every room, popped the fire spell, killed everything, moved on to the next room.
I don't know. I think maybe we were selling Zelda short because Ocarina of Time was like they kind of solved the targeting issue, right, in 3D.
Yeah,
back in the day. Yeah. So I don't know. I think it was. I remember that being a blast.
It was good.
Yeah,
no, I mean that one's great. I mean it's great, but it just seems like when I tried other Zelda games after that, it was just more of the same. Sometimes they would add like a boring element where you had to sail for hours between one spot and the next.
Okay, that's one of our big differences because Wind Waker is my favorite Zelda game, and I love sailing because I would just listen to music because I enjoy the Wind Waker soundtrack. Love it, it's beautiful. But at one point I was just like, okay, there is a lot of sailing, so I listened to music, and it was just I loved it. I loved sailing around, playing Zelda, and listening to music.
Apparently, the HD version saw that being a fairly common complaint. The HD version on Wii U helps with that.
Ruined it by taking away the sailing.
I never had a problem with the aesthetic, which was a lot of people's. What's the word I'm looking for? Quibble. Sure.
Yeah.
That was a common quibble. I never really had a problem with that. I thought it was odd back when it came out, but I remember pre-ordering it. I was excited. I was riding some Zelda hype from Ocarina, and then I got tired of it.
I guess that's understandable. I loved it. That's my favorite one.
Everything I've done up until now, it was all for nothing.
You must save her, my daughter.